Last week, we finally started some work on the interior. We brought it up to date by changing lights and some car mats, but I ended the video by saying that's not the last thing we're going to be doing to the interior. That's exactly what I've got in store for you today. So I am now 1 month into ownership with my BMW 3 Series, and across that month, we have done a fair amount of work to it so far. With the very first job that I did being a service. I then followed that up by changing the indicators. Wonderful, that is working just fine. Next, the mirror caps to some M3 style ones. These look so much nicer than what we had before. And then the grills. Look at this. And then last week we started working on the interior as they changed the mats to some brand new tailor-made ones. These are really, really pretty. And also both the puddle lights and all the interior lights, some nice LEDs. And I ended last week by saying I'm going to be doing some more work on the interior, and that's exactly what I've got this week, as I've got a brand new screen to change out the old CCC iDrive one. So we're going to be replacing my CCC iDrive, as I said. So all it is just this little piece here in the center console, which spins, presses in, moves up, down, left and right, has a menu button, and it controls this screen up here. There's not really much going on. You can connect a phone, you can connect aux, which is done through the inside of the armrest in here. But it's really outdated. Like I say, my car's 16 years old. It could really do with being brought up to date with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and that's exactly what we're gonna be putting in today. So to start off, we're gonna pry off this metal panel that goes all the way along the dash. I'm gonna pry it off from the outside of the passenger door to start with. Now what I'm going to do is remove the electrical connectors that sit on the back. There is one underneath the two vents under here and one under the start-stop button. And that's the last one that I know of. So now with that removed, just remember that these two wires here are obviously for your vents, and then this one here is for your start-stop button. You don't want to lose them and accidentally plug the wrong thing into the wrong area. So I'm now going to remove this little piece here for my auto AC, and then we're going to unplug all of these again. This one and this one, if you push down this bit here, if you actually push down the actual electrical connector, and then there's like a clip that goes over the top. If you push it down, like I said, this will be able to move back, and it should push the electrical connector out. There we go, just like that. And that's your auto AC removed. Just don't forget which way these went in. They are color coded luckily, so you shouldn't get it wrong, but just be careful. Now luckily I've got the manual, so I'm going to put it into fourth. Actually, I'm going to put it into sixth gear to try and keep the stick as far away as possible, because now what we need to do is remove this panel just below here and then take the CD player out. If you've got the automatic, you might have to remove the gear stick, but luckily with us manual guys, we can just bring it all the way back and hopefully it will keep itself out of the way. Now to remove this CD player, there's two screws that are holding it in on the bottom left and bottom right, and then there's like two pins that are just going through holes on the top. I have seen online as well, but normally it's held on by 4, so I'm guessing that just depends on whether it's facelifted or not, or like what model car you have. But if I take these two screws out, I should be able to take this CD player straight out of here. And there it comes, straight out of here. And now there's a load of cables on the back which need to be removed, and then we can start putting it, well, and then we can actually take off this screen and start putting the new one back in. And there we go, with all the cables now taken off the back, we can take out the iDrive system up here and finally put the new one back in. So the iDrive is just held in by two T10 bolts on the top. These shouldn't be too difficult to get out. There we go. Now the two of them removed, I should be able to just lower that down and pull it forward ever so slightly. And now there's a couple electrical connectors again to remove on the back. And there we go, that is the old iDrive system removed. This thing is so outdated, it's really scratched up, and it's also starting to get a little bit of mist in as well. But with this now removed, the dash in pieces, that only took about 20 minutes. It's quite crazy just to see how cars are put together. it's quite easy, really, when you put in these sorts of things, when you're taking these sorts of things out and putting them back together, but it's probably a little bit more difficult getting the iDrive in because it's not a stock system. And it may throw up a few annoying things here and there. Now it's time for the fun bit. We've got to route all the cables into place and then get the screen back in. I've already routed the main cable in, which goes right now up and then through the side of through the side here, straight up and then up into the dash here. So that will be plugging into the back of the screen. Next, I want to put this in, and I think I'm going to put it in somewhere hidden down along here and route it up through the side of the center console and then up and into the back here again. I think I'm going to do the same with the internet one, try and hide it somewhere down here, maybe on the driver's side and then up into the back of the screen. Hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult to route them in because I've been able to touch my fingers from the inside of the dash and the outside of the footwell basically. So I should be able to get the wires through and then hopefully get them installed. These extras here are the GPS antenna and the Wi-Fi antenna. So if I kind of stick this up, out the way, where I'm not going to be able to see it, and then route the cable all the way up through, hopefully it should leave us not even noticing it's there, but still being able to use it. There we go, that is the cable now routed from here, going down and then up and in through here. I'm now going to bring this, like I did with this one, up through the side and then out through the top again. With the internet cable now hidden behind the cup holder, you'll never see it because it's hidden just down here. And then with the GPS antenna hidden down here in the footwell, I think it's time to get the screen in, get these on the back of the screen, and get these cables tucked up and hidden somewhere because they're rather long. They might be a little bit irritating. If I try to get the screen in, they may get in the way. So here on the back of the screen, we've got the 4G antenna just here. And if I put this on and then just screw it down, that will hold in this cable just like so. There we go. And then down here on the bottom one, this is obviously where our GPS goes in. This should just push down and clip on. And that is our GPS one now on as well. So there's two more cables to put on the back, with the one that comes up from the CD player, which bolts or connects into the back just like so. There we go, that's him. And then last of all, we've got the power cable, and that one's in too. So with all the cables now tidied up, it's time to try and get this into place. So if we just kind of wiggle it back ever so slightly, try and lift it up. So now I have a bit of struggle just getting the screen in at the moment. So instead what I'm going to do is put everything back together first and then do the screen last. So first of all, I'm going to put the CD back in. There's the CD player back in. Now what I'm going to do is route this cable back up into place, and then we'll get this bottom piece back on as well. That is the bottom section all put back together. Now I just need to get the auto AC back in. So I've just put all of the center console back together. I've just turned on the ignition to check the screen, and it is working. It looks pretty good. We have got maps and everything. Oh, I'll have to blur this out because it's showing where I live, but that is pretty cool. That is working. Apple CarPlay's working. I've got contacts. I've got messages. This is pretty cool. Have I got Spotify working? Let's check.
The galaxy's darkest corners on the Acolyte. Firing up the drama in the new season of FX is the Bear, or solving true crime mystery.
Well, we've got speakers, that's working. This is really, really nice. Only problem is, hang on a minute. Oh my God. So we tried this out just a minute ago, and the center console of the CC iDrive bit here in the middle was not working. And all of a sudden, it started to work. Oh my Lord, this is awesome. This is amazing. I'm so happy with this. Oh my God. This is wicked. Oh, it's actually working. This is so cool. We'll have to go through this properly in a little bit, but I am so happy that this has started to work. I've just got to find a way to be able to get back onto Apple CarPlay, because we had that open just a minute ago, but I pressed the home button and now it's disappeared. Oh, there we go, there's Apple CarPlay. Oh my God. This is so cool. Oh, it's working. But for now, we're gonna have to unplug everything and leave it as it is so we can put this in properly. So let's get this screen in 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Everything is now back together and the screen is in. It's actually been a couple of days now since I last recorded on the screen. I've been using it, testing it and driving around with it, and it is absolutely fantastic. There's voice control, so if I wanted to say something like, "Hey Siri," he then appears and we can ask him to send us to a destination or anything like that. It's absolutely fantastic. Look at this. It looks quality, and we've got this lovely little peel tab to take off. Oh, well, the screen protector was meant to come off of this, but it has not come off. That's fine, we'll keep the screen protector on. It'll keep the screen actually in decent condition. This screen is fantastic. I've kept my steering wheel controls, I kept the CCC iDrive controls so I can still control the screen from the center console. Obviously I can talk to it, it's touchscreen, it's everything that I've really been wanting, because that old screen was just really outdated. I had no maps, the music had to be played through the aux, it's now Bluetooth, I've got Apple CarPlay. It is just fantastic. It's probably brought the interior up to date and it just feels a lot more modern. There's still a handful of things I want to do to the interior to bring it back up to date and make it look new again. So I just want to quickly jump in here to talk to you guys a little bit, because midway through last week, I put out a post asking you guys to leave questions about me. And to a few of you that did, you'll know that it was my birthday midway through the week on the 31st of July. I turned 20 years old, so yeah, yes, I'm getting quite old now. But the reason I put this post up was just so you guys get to know me a little bit better, because I haven't really had a chance yet to explain who I am. And there's many of you now who know absolutely nothing about me. I thought it would be just quite a nice thing so you get to know me a little bit better. And because I don't really want this channel to be overly serious, I want you to see me more as a friend you can speak to, ask questions about, because I want to interact with you guys as much as possible, as I see a lot of channels are almost overly serious and I just want to be a bit more laid back and just chilled out. So let's get into these questions and stop rambling on. First question is from Gilbert96 saying, what got you into making YouTube videos? Well, at the start of last year, 2023, I got into trading at the start of the year because I got into a position where I really wanted to kind of get out of a working life and be financially free, basically being able to do what I want whenever I want. Trading didn't go quite the way I planned, and then I stumbled across this thing called affiliate marketing, and this company that were asking to train me up on how to do it wanted 8 grand from me, and I said to that, absolutely not. I'm going to do it my own way. And that's then when I came across YouTube, and I started to build a passion for cars back then as well. And then I stumbled across Matt Armstrong and he really inspired me. And now here we are. I am a year in almost making YouTube videos on cars, and I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers. So I think I'm doing pretty well at the moment. That's the main reason why I got into it. It's just I really wanted to build something for myself where I can almost be free to do what I want. Hopefully one day that will happen. So the next question is from Emma-Pike541. She said, I hope you had a nice birthday. Thank you ever so much. I did. She said, what's your dream car? Yours is the 911 GT3 RS. Well, that's a bit of a coincidence because that is also one of my dream cars. I would love that as a track car to just be able to take anywhere, put on track. It is such a nice car. Fingers crossed one day I'll own one. Next up is from APN-UV1QG. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. What's the plans for your channel and what would be your dream car to build? So going forward, I'd love to get my own unit, and hopefully one day if I am able to quit my job and have my own unit, because of my qualifications, I'm a trained machinist engineer. I'd love to buy my own CNC machine and be able to make my own car parts to put onto my own cars, if that makes sense. That's like my long-term big aspiration, is to have my own unit and my own sort of machines where I make my own car parts, as I think that is just such a twist on the car community because I don't see anybody doing it. Hopefully I can be the first. And what would be my dream car to build? I would say a Nissan GTR. any of the GTRs. I think it would just be so cool because they're so tunable, they are great looking cars, and there's so much modification to do there, and you can really just build them your own way because there's just such a good platform to them. So yeah, a GTR definitely. Next question is from user-RP8MO6RV4B. So close to 1,000 subs, any plans when you hit it? Well, actually, I do have a little bit of a plan because I'm really close now to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm gonna make some sort of little video out of it just to celebrate and maybe give back to you guys, because I am so grateful for every single one of you. Hit the subscribe button, watch every single one of my videos, like, drop comments, whatever it is. I am so appreciative of you guys, and I think maybe in the next week or two, if it does happen, I will do a special video dedicated just to that. So hopefully, if you hit that subscribe button down below, we'll get there sooner. And I missed this, at the end of the question, they also asked, why cars? I think the reason cars is because when I passed my test, I really started to have a passion and a love for cars. My first car obviously was a Vauxhall Corsa, and I don't know, just doing a couple things to it, I really enjoyed it. And now here I am in a BMW 3 Series, and I absolutely love taking this car to bits and then doing things and putting it all back together. I have absolutely no car experience. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not trained to repair cars or anything like that. I literally learn as I go, and hopefully one day we're working on bigger and better cars than just some BMW 3 Series at the moment. And then the last question is from Carl Harwood 3540. He is a member of the channel. Thank you so much for becoming a member. That is top tier. I'm so thankful for you. And his question is, hey Sam, why did you choose to become a content creator, and where would you like to see yourself in 5 years' time? Well, I've kind of touched on that subject. Obviously, I became a content creator because I just wanted to escape the general world of where you have to do a 9-to-5 job every day. I'm just sick of it, and I always found myself wanting to do something. So I thought YouTube would also just be a really good way to express myself and fill in some extra free time. Hopefully it will become my main time job. And in 5 years, like I said, have my own unit with my own CNC machines, making my own car parts for myself. I think that is the big dream for myself in 5 years' time. But thank you ever so much for leaving those comments. I really appreciate that. I hope that's now given a little bit more insight to you guys as the type of person I am and where I want to go with the channel and why I started YouTube. So I'm really glad that I did this, but now we're going to get back to the video and crack on for the next thing that we've got to do today. But as many of you probably know, the BMWs of this age have got terrible rubber on the interior. Like, look at the cup holders here, how all of it is peeling away. This sort of plastic trim, it all looks horrendous, especially on the door handles, and that follows into the back seats as well. So in this bag right here is a brand new door handle that I'm going to be putting onto the passenger side of my car, because as I just shown you, it is completely chewed up and eaten away. It looks absolutely awful. It's not very nice to grip, especially when you're trying to close the door. It just doesn't look nice. We're going to be changing this, which requires the door card to be taken off, and then hopefully once that's done, it will look a lot better and definitely look new again. So to take this door card off, first I need to take off the door handle trim, and then I also need to take off this M Sport trim. It goes all the way from the front to the back of the card. That is it. That is literally it. How did that just come off?
It just fell.
So there we go then, that is a door card removed. That was really easy, just 4 bolts and clips. That was all that was holding that on. And now we've got to take off these 4 pins just here. We're gonna use this heat gun to heat them up because they're only plastic. Then we should be able to pull the old door handle back off, and then the new one's got washers, which will create the same sort of surface area. And then we can bolt the new one back on, and then we should have that brand new door handle on the car. So let's get that heat gun on and get that old one off. Look at the state of that. That is awful. So there we go, that is now the old door handle off. This is the new one here. So basically what I'm gonna do is flip the door card over. So now this lines up into that hole up there, and then these holes down here. And then all I need to do is bolt it on from the bottom through those 2 holes there and those 2 holes there. And then I should be able to put this all back together and back in the car. And there we go, that is the door card put back on with the brand new door handle. That looks really, really good now. Makes the interior just look a little bit more up to date, definitely looks newer. I want to do the same with possibly the cup holders and this bit of trim along here, because they look a bit out of date and a bit old. But that is everything I've got time for this week. Thank you guys ever so much for watching this week. If you want to become a member, hit that join button down below. I suggest to do so. It's only £2 a month. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I think we'll be setting up a Discord channel for members only, where we'll be discussing stuff about the car and maybe future projects. But if you want to become just a follow of the channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button as well. That's a lot of things to hit, but go do it. I'll catch you next week on Sunday. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you then. Peace out.